So what can you tease us with for the upcoming season?
Not much because Netflix will break my thumbs.
Okay.
I can say that we're starting very shortly after where season 1 ends off. As much as I really wanted to jump ahead like 10 years, and Jack's just like running a deli and he still doesn't have his memory back. We'll be coming in very quickly after the end of season 1 and just right back into the story. And so, the arc this season that I can sort of talk about is it's a year of change for everybody. And, they're sort of, their personal connections and the connections to their secret societies are all coming into question for all of them.
Struggling with personal choice and struggling with institutional choice.
Yeah.
Will the hierarchy change at all, or are these your leaders will remain leaders and followers remain followers?
There's hierarchy change because of the death of Edward, or the disappearance of Edward into the book, shall we say, at the end of season 1. And so very much for the Order, they have to come, they have to get a new Grand Magus. And so that becomes a big component in the season as well.
Who's the new big baddie, or is there one?
Ooh.
That's like a very direct question about an entire season. Did you really think you're just going to slip that one in and something's going to get answered?
There's a big bad.
There is.
Yes.
All right.
That's
reasonable.
Yeah, it's hard to do without.
Yeah. But that's,
With a show like this, do you have like a 5-year plan? Is there something that you've written out to a certain point? And there's
I don't know what I'm doing after this table. Man, I might get that bag of chips. Sorry, I interrupted your question.
I was just saying, is there a book you're trying to follow or something you want to hit, bullet points you want to hit as you go, or is it?
I mean, I'm looking at it very much as a university life. So for me, from my university experiences and Shelley's university experiences, that's what we draw on, as sort of creating a path for the show. There isn't I don't have a 5-year master plan written out.
Not for this, anyway.
Well, you're not supposed to talk about the other thing.
Okay.
And because there's so many variables that could come into play at any given minute that would completely render it, moot, and I'm inherently lazy. So that just seemed like a lot of effort for something that I could sort of go, you know what, I'm not going to do this kind of thing. I really, part of the fun for me is getting into the room with the writers, painting ourselves into a corner and then coming up with the fun way to paint ourselves out. And I think I'd lose a lot of that sort of, storytelling, jazz, for a better term, if we had some 5-year master plan.
So, and you never know too, what other people are going to bring to you. Just what we'll see develop with an actor on stage can have an influence on where we might want to go in the next season.
So we've got magic, we've got werewolves, we've seen golems on the show.
Yep.
Is there any plan to maybe expand beyond that with other kinds of maybe creatures or characters? Or do you kind of feel like the show's set well the way it is now?
That's a great question. There's definitely other creatures coming this season and down the road. My only mandate with creatures in this world is they all have to derive out of magic. Because for me, it's like when I see other paranormal shows and it's like they have magic and religion, and then they've got Bigfoot and aliens. It's almost like you start to get competing paranormal theories at play, and I start to fall into, well, how can you have that if you're also, having this in the world? So for me, as long as it's a creature that we can say it's created by magic, we can show it. And that's why, for me, it was that's why we'll do a golem, but we wouldn't do a Frankenstein's monster kind of thing.
Now, if we discovered that the Himalayans practice a certain, type of magic, and that's how a Yeti came about,
Yeah.
who knows?
All right.
Yeah, no, we'll find a way to write it in, but that's just what that's just our sort of one rule is magic has to have created it. So it's kind of like will there be vampires in this show? Probably not, because I don't think vampires are created magically, right? So and they don't glitter. So.
We suggested that this show's as much a comedy as it is a horror show. How do you view that?
I call it a horror comedy. Whenever I'm talking about it, it's very much. Horror is like why I'm in this world, doing what I do, because like I've loved horror films since I was like a child, kind of thing, and I'm just a smartass. So it's kind of like. The comedy is just part of it. It just comes in. I would be the guy, walking around covered in blood after something, going, "Well, that happened," kind of thing.
In the age of Netflix and bingeable watching, has that changed how you write a series because it has that visual moment, or you have that power to not be so constrained by commercials and things like that?
I don't know. It doesn't really change how you write a series. Like, writing is writing in that respect, but it really changes how we think about it when we're in the room, and we can have like the opportunity to be holding the entire run in our hands, and that feels very different to me. Like, we know that people are gonna delete and next. They just keep hitting that. They're not even going to do the 15-second countdown. That's our goal. We just want them to hit it right away. And so that is different. There's no more waiting. We're aware of it. And so we want to give the audience more than one reason to do that thing. To, yes, please get me on to the next one. So that's very different in terms of the writing. And that is a big conversation we have in the room.
Yeah.
Is it tough?